Yo, what's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and Kyrie Irving has been traded to the Dallas Mavericks, man. And this came down to a few teams in the Western Conference playing chess against each other. Like, yeah, Kyrie has had his issues with the Brooklyn Nets and everything, but do we want to let one of our competitors get him and have, a better chance of coming out the West? And this is what it came down to. Who was gonna take that chance, give up the assets, and meet Kyrie's demands and feel like they made the push they needed to make for it. And ultimately, man, that came out being the Dallas Mavericks, and I think, that move, yeah, they gave up Finney Smith and Spencer Dinwiddie, but you have to make that move right now in Luka's prime, in Kyrie still playing at a peak level right now. And Dallas is one of those teams where the top free agents, when you look at the Los Angeles Lakers, a lot of times they have a chance to get those guys. But if you have the chance to acquire a Kyrie Irving and you are the Dallas Mavericks, you do that, and then you see what happens from there. And I think, even with Luka being ball dominant and everything, I think that this was definitely the move to be made. And Mark Cuban is not one to sit on his hands, if he feel like if it's something that it could be beneficial to the team. But check out what Emmanuel Acho had to say. He brought up some really good points in this acquisition. Listen up.
Kyrie to the Dallas Mavericks. This is huge. Okay, let me tell you what somebody else might not. There are 7 players in the NBA currently averaging 27, 5, and 5. Guys like Giannis, guys like Bron, guys like Ja, and Kyrie and Luka. You got 2 of the 7 players averaging 27, 5, and 5 on the same dang team. Okay, but most importantly, here's what's so interesting. The Mavs are currently the 6th seed, but they're only 3 games ahead of the Lakers, the 12th seed. But they're only 5 games behind the 2nd seed. So the Mavericks realize that the West is wide open, about as wide open as it's ever been. You got to make a move. If you sit stagnant, you might mess around and get caught by the Lakers, especially if the Lakers go get Kyrie. So you make the move to go get Kyrie. And now the Mavs have as good a chance to come out the West as any team in basketball. Kyrie plus Luka, let me correct myself. Luka plus Kyrie, you got an assassin in Luka, and then you got a dude who can drop 30 on any given night in Kyrie. Yo, they about to shake up the basketball world. 27, 5, and 5. Only 7 players averaging that, and the Mavs now got 2 of them.
And Acho, man, he said a lot of what I said as far as this became a chess game between 3 Western Conference teams that wanted to get more talent, get an infusion of talent, and not allow some of their competitors to get there. See, now the Mavericks, they have their 2, like down the stretch, they have their 2 guys. And the Clippers, I'm so glad he didn't go there because there's so much unknown there. Injuries, Kawhi in and out and everything. I wouldn't have mind seeing him with the Lakers, but I kind of figured with the contract thing there, and Kyrie wanting 4 years and they weren't willing to give him more than 2, I figured that was stalled. There was just no way logically that was going to happen. But the Mavs, they can make a longer term commitment to a Kyrie Irving. They're the one team, because who else is a max contract player on that team right now? Does anybody else get a max on that team? I don't think so. I think when they traded Porzingis away, that was it. So they have the flexibility to where it doesn't hamstring them if things start happening over there with Kyrie Irving later. You know what I'm saying? They don't have those issues. And then, not signing Jalen Brunson, they have the money and they have that flexibility and a little bit more room for error there. But man, I commend Mark Cuban for going out and do this, because now nobody can say Luka Doncic doesn't have help. For a while it's like, get Luka help. Brunson ain't enough and all that. Whereas Kyrie, Brunson's a true point guard. And I ain't saying that Kyrie can't play the position, but Kyrie is skilled enough to where Luka can kind of be ball dominant. Kyrie, you can get to him in a half court set. He can go get his offense just as easy. and he don't have to run the team all the time. So his skill set, a lot like LeBron James, Kyrie was able to play off of that off the ball. He's a very, very elite skilled offensive player. So I think in that regard, Luka compares somewhat to LeBron. Now, what he doesn't do, he's not going to do any of the stuff defensively LeBron did. So when you having an off night, LeBron covered in his prime, he covered so many team deficiencies. But if Luka's having an off night, Kyrie is able to carry that load pretty easily, with his dynamic skill set. Now, another thing to look for is Luka willing to average less? Is he willing to do less? Because when you get more, that means sometimes it's supposed to take the pressure off of you. It's supposed to allow you to do less and only do more when required. You're going to have those tough times in playoff series that you have to take over, and you have to play up to an elite superstar level, and your statistics reflect that. But sometimes less is more. Sometimes it's sharing the ball, and maybe you might have 15 in the game and your team, everybody's playing well, and you blowing the team out. You don't have to go get 60 and 22 sometimes and dominate the ball the entire time doing it. And so will Luka allow some of that pressure to be taken off of himself? Because I don't feel like when Jalen Brunson was there, he allowed pressure to be taken off of himself at times. I'm just talking about his usage rate. I'm not even talking about his stats. Luka's an excellent post player. I would like to see him take players down there more, because you can still get some of those passes off. But sometimes Luka, he's out top, and when everything is in front of the defense, you can become very turnover prone. Whenever you on a block or something like that, and you get a post entry pass, then the defense can only see certain sections of the floor when they bring that D over. So I'm just genuinely curious in how much he's willing to sacrifice for the betterment of the team. Because now look, you have a Kyrie Irving, you have a bona fide sidekick to go with you. So look, man, I'm ready to see. I'm ready to see. It's very exciting though, man. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.